family. I'm sure your group is enjoying this 6-week Go Be the Church campaign. And Pastor Stan and I are confident that this is going to be your favorite session. Why is that? Because we kicked Pastor Rick to the curb. Actually, no, Pastor Rick let us have a session all to ourselves. And if you notice, he's not here at the table.
He either trusts us or he's left his mind behind somewhere. But either way, we're going to have a good time together, and we're going to talk about ministry and mission and all that means as we talk about going and being the church.
Yeah, ministry and mission. Those are words that could have a range of meaning, but for what we're talking about today, I want to define them for you. Ministry is what we do right here on campus. Of course, we know that the church is a group of people coming together and worshiping God. It's not a building, but at the church is what we do with ministry. Missions is what we do away from this campus. And so as we consider what it means to go be the church, we have to consider what we do as a part of the family of God, as the church. 1 John 3, 1-2 says, "See how much our Father loves us, for he calls us his children, and that is what we are." The second verse says, "Dear friends, we are already God's children." And Paul refers to the church as a body in 1 Corinthians 12:27. He says, "All you together are Christ's body, and each of you is a part of it." So we're children of God. We're brothers and sisters in Christ. We're members of the same body. And so we have opportunities and expectations before us to be the church at church.
And those expectations are laid out pretty plainly here at Emmanuel.
Yeah.
And we've taken the guesswork out of what that means,
Right.
Okay? So I want to define them specifically. We have clearly defined goals and expectations of the church family.
Yeah.
And these 5 steps will help us grow and build and strengthen ourselves and our body. We expect people to attend weekly. I know it's hard sometimes, but it's hard to be the church if you don't show up, okay? We expect people to serve where gifted and where the need is. Every church family member has a role to play, no different than at home when we each take our turn doing this and that. Number 3, we grow in our relationship with God and others. Our 4 bases and group ministry can help us do that. In fact, that's why we're doing these sessions right now, right? Okay? So grow in your relationship. Number 4, give systematically, proportionately, and sacrificially. In other words, honestly, give in a God-honoring way to God's ministry, the church. The more we give, the greater the ministry of the church as it grows. Number 5, pray for others and invite them to come to church, come to worship. The majority of our first-time guests come as a result of personal invitation. It really, really works. And so Mark is going to share with us how he does this and his part of the church family and being the church. So take a look, see what Mark has to say.
Hi, I'm Mark Arrigo, one of the elders here at Emmanuel, as well as serve in the parking ministry. So as an elder, what does that do, or what can I do in that role to help go be the church? And I think as an elder, I serve alongside 6 other blessed gentlemen, and I think I'll speak for myself, I won't speak for them, but in my role, what I look at it as, we enable the church to go off and do that by the means of leading the church, looking through whether it's the financial side of the church, the business side of the church, and then it's the ministry side, being able to enable ministries to go off and do what they want to do for the glory of God. And it's just having that ability and being able to do that. And I'm blessed to be a part of that family. I also have the ability to serve in the parking ministry. And, being part of the parking team it's fun. It really is. We get to stand outside in the cold in the hot weather, the rain. It's the snow. The snow is great. We have a lot of fun with that. But best of all is we are kind of like the first face that people see when they come to this church. So we're always out there with smiles, waving people in, waving people out. And it's just really fun. Fortunately for me, I have the opportunity to have one of my 3 sons out there with me generally every time. So we do have a lot of fun, but also, we try to put a smile on somebody else's face as they're coming through in that, we don't know what's going on in your life as you're pulling to that parking lot. You may be having a rough day, maybe had a rough drive, but we hope that the smile that we put, that you see on our face, gets put back to yours. So when you're ready to come into this church, that you're relieved of some sort, that you can come in with an open mind, open heart, and open soul.
So if ministry is what we do in the church, like you saw what Mark was doing, then mission must be what we do away from the church, as far as the building, as far as the people gathering for worship. And Pastor Stan mentioned the bases. We teach this in home base. If you want to be like Jesus, your life mission must include his life
Amen.
Mission. Or I can make that personal. If I want to be like Jesus,
Yes.
my life mission must include his life mission. And Jesus, when he came to earth, said his mission was to seek and to save those who are lost.
Yes.
You might be asking, how can I do that? I'm not Jesus. And you're right. You're not Jesus. I'm not Jesus. Pastor Stan certainly is not Jesus. But you can tell your story. You can tell your testimony, how you made a first-time commitment to Jesus, right? Paul did that several times in the book of Acts. He had the opportunity to tell his amazing story. Even in the book of John, when Jesus was still around in 1 through 41, there's this story about this man who was born blind. Jesus healed that man, and then he went around telling his story. It was really simple. I was blind, but now I see. Jesus did that for me. And so your story might be really simple. I grew up in the church, but I didn't know who I was until I came to Jesus. That's my story. My dad was a pastor, so I grew up going to church all the time, but I wasn't truly saved until I realized my need for Jesus, right? And so I can share that story with others. You can share that story with others. Jesus also came to meet the needs of the people around him. We read in Matthew 15, 29 through 21, that Jesus healed the lame, the blind, the crippled, those who couldn't speak. A few verses later, he's feeding 4,000 men, women, and children. They were there with Jesus for 3 days. They ran out of food. And so our mission is to see that need like Jesus saw needs and to meet them. We might not have the healing powers of Jesus. We might not be able to multiply bread and fish, but we can do what we can with what we have. Christine has embraced her mission in the world of special needs, a neglected community. Take a look at what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I serve as Special Needs Ministry Leader. To me, serving the special needs community is going out and showing the love of Jesus to an often forgotten about community, to these individuals with special needs, their parents and their caretakers, and to show them what the love of Jesus looks like and that they matter and they're not forgotten. So Night to Shine is an unforgettable prom night for individuals with special needs, age 14 and up. There's no age limit. It's prom from dinner, dancing, limo rides, the red carpet, paparazzi, respite for parents and caretakers with a full dinner, where they get to talk and just relax, knowing that their children are having the time of their lives. We also partner with Calvert County Public Schools, where we have individuals that come and kind of intern here with our staff and learn some life skills so that they know that they're valued and that they are able to work, hopefully, and go out into the workforce when they leave the public school system. I think that it shows them that there are people that love them, that they're not alone, that they are welcome, and I hope that they know that they're welcome here. 80% of these families don't attend church, And our mission here at Emmanuel is to let them know that they are welcome. They're welcome by all of us, that we love them. And that's our goal, is to open our doors to them and show them that they're loved unconditionally. Well, we have so many stories, just lives that have been touched. We now have some special needs families attending. I know that we have one gentleman that leaves notes for Pastor Rick every single Sunday. And he is one of our favorite guests at Night to Shine. We are actually back in person 2023 after COVID. We're so excited. But, you know, not that we have favorites, but I mean, they're all special. And it's our goal and our mission and our hope that we will be a church that's known to love and welcome individuals with all needs.
What's your ministry?
What's your mission? The charge to go be the church includes both our ministry and our mission. So we told you it would be pretty fun without Pastor Rick breathing down our necks, right? So Emmanuel, go be the church in your ministry and your mission.